Hi, this is a video tutorial for digital painting Art 170 over at Rio Hondo College. This is a bit of a piggyback off of a previous portfolio for your midterm assignments on how to format your work for a portfolio. I'm just going to show you a demo on how I would format the rest of your portfolio. That will include 5 pages from your sketchbook. I know normally I would just thumb through your sketchbooks, but unfortunately, because we can't meet in the class for your final, I'm going to expect 5 pages, 5 of your best pages from your sketchbook. I'm going to take photos of it, put it together in Photoshop, and kind of in this nice organized way. It's going to look professional and it's going to look good. And then we're going to have the comic book style coloring portfolio stuff. Remember, like when we did the flats and the comic book coloring? Yeah, that's also going to get a page. Another one that's going to get a page is the Blizzard and Riot style key art. And then the last one that's going to get a page is the Photo Bash fantasy landscape. So let's get right to it, okay? I already kind of organized a bunch of stuff together here, right here. And let's just start off by dragging all these files into here, I'm gonna drag them in here. Let's see. Actually, yeah, I already did a trial run of this. We're gonna end up with something. I'll show you. We'll end up with something that looks like that. Does that look great? Okay, well that's your preview. Alright, we're just going to do a trial run. I did a trial run just to check myself on that one. But in any case, here, we're just going to drag all this stuff in. And this stuff, portfolios can be pretty time consuming, but this is how we find work. Yeah, so it's worth it. It's worth it to really put an effort into making a good portfolio. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you want to locate what your favorite pieces are in your portfolio. I already kind of went ahead and I took a look and I chose this image right here, which I like. So I'm just going to choose that again, and basically you use the marquee tool, you choose that, and you hit Control J. Boom, like that. By the way, if you want to click on any one of these things, find whatever layer it's on, you hold down Control, you click on it, and then yeah, it's now separated like so. I want to crop this image out now that I have it separated like that. So I'm just going to go to the marquee tool up here, and then I'm just going to select a square out like so, and then delete. Okay, so now I've got a nice section there. Let me see here. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to choose a different one than I did previously. Maybe I'll choose this one. This character here with the gun and the silencer. It's pretty crazy. Okay, Control J. And I'm just gonna bring that into a separate layer here. And now I can crop it out, which is gonna save me a little bit of space. Okay. And put it next to this. Now you'll notice that all of these images are all on like different tone backgrounds. You want some consistency there, and I can show you how to get that consistency. But you want to kind of figure out which pieces are about the same size as well. So first off, yeah, let's just organize the layout and then figure out what it is that we'd like to see here. I'm gonna click Control, hold down Shift, click Control, and that's how I select 2 of these at the same time. right, like so. So the way you figure out the tone value is you don't want to have it on a stark white background. That's one thing. You want to start off with some gray. Um, White just feels so stark. I don't know how to explain it, but it feels it's almost overwhelming, I guess. And let's see, this one I'm gonna make pretty big. I kind of like the idea of, it's weird. It almost feels like I've got less room now than I did before. It's funny. I'm just gonna grab all these four and I'm just gonna shrink them. Oh, I missed one. Ah, darn it. I'm gonna grab this one, just lay out, shrink it down some more, and this one I'm gonna flip, go to edit, transform, flip horizontal, see, like that. Ah, see, they're like bookends. You got this lady here with the gun, and you got that lady there say stop. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe both. Yeah, let me undo that. Let me both flip her horizontal again. Again, this is it's gonna take some decision making, which I'm not doing a very good job of right now, so you have to forgive that. But I don't know, any one of these layouts might work. This is where getting things lined up and is really important to do. So you know what? I'm just gonna break my brain a little bit right now and see if there's another combination that I can get out of these pieces. How about that? And I'm gonna click on this one, hit Control T. Yeah, varying sizes, different sizes here. Yeah, maybe I want a more dynamic portfolio than how I started with on that other one, huh? Yeah, maybe like this or something. And then I can have this one down here on this corner. I'm starting to find it now. Okay, Control T, shrink that down, scoot this one over, Control T. Alright, so I've got what's good is I've got a bit of hierarchy happening here. What's kind of bad is I've got this ugly gap in the middle that I don't know what to do with, but I can't help it right now. Just gonna scoop this over. Now I'm just gonna focus on these two. I'm gonna make sure that she's lined up with the bottom and that she's lined up with the top. Control T. And now that they're lined up, that's good. Something like that. It's not perfect, and in fact I kind of like my previous layout better, but hey, you get what you get. Alright, so here, what you do to adjust all the tones, first off, what I would like to do is I would like to see this one, how it's kind of pink. I'm just gonna hit Control U and desaturate it. Okay. So now the super bright one, this white one right here, I'm gonna darken. So I'm gonna hit Control U. I'm gonna go to lightness. I'm just gonna darken a little bit. I don't want to darken it all the way where it just kind of blends into this background like that. I do want it to look like it's a page out of my portfolio. So I'm just gonna darken it to the point where I could still see that it's lighter than the thing behind it. And now I'm just going to make sure that the rest of my portfolio pages are relatively close to that value. So on this one down here, I'm just going to hit Control L, which I just did, and that's levels, and you can change the contrast, you know, and lighten this until basically by dragging that from the right hand tab over here, and it's about the same. So hit OK. I'm going to click on this one now, hit Control L, drag this one up, and yeah, it's about right. Sorry, I'm noticing that certain things aren't lined up. That's annoying. Alright. Maybe now it's lined up. Same thing with this girl right here. Control L. I'm just gonna kind of brighten it until there. This girl up here is too bright, so hit Control U and then just lower the brightness until it kind of matches the image below. This one is too dark, so I hit Control L and I'm just gonna up the brightness of it until it kind of matches, and then this one on the corner, Control L, until it kind of matches. Not bad. This one up here, I've got some leftover artifacting with the girl with the little silencer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transparency lock it by clicking on this little checkerboard pattern, and then I'm going to select this background color and I'm just going to paint it out. There, can't see it now. Cool. Yeah, not bad. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab all these layers right here, Control G groups it like so, and then I'm going to hit some effects on it. So I'm going to want two effects on it. First is stroke. Look, I just stroked it. It brings up this menu so I can show you. Let me see if I can show you. Come on. Yeah. So here's the menu. Now I've got size, which is 4 points, right? And so yeah, you see this little black outline. That's the color right there for the outline. I want a drop shadow on them too. And you click on the check, and then you click on the word drop shadow, and then it brings you down here. And you can even adjust like the angle that you want the shadow to be in. You can adjust the size and all that. It's actually kind of fun to format it. Alright, there you go. There's one page. Cool. Second page. Oh wait, now you want to save this out actually. Control Shift S. And I'm just gonna call this portfolio 01 sketchbook. Alright. And hit OK. Cool. And then now onto the next portfolio page. Oh yeah, I labeled it sketchbook pages down on the bottom left there, just in case you hadn't noticed. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do is the one where we did the comic book coloring. And this one, whoa, it's so big. Let's see. This one, we're going to have, like, the majority of it is going to be, pretty large. We want it to fit a decent size onto the portfolio page. And then I want the original drawing part, too. So here's... I'm gonna bring this part in. The black and white drawing. That way we know where we came from and what we did with it later. Now I had set that on multiply, but actually I want it on a white background like so. Yeah, something like that. That's kind of cool. So then now, yeah, like that. Okay, so then you just grab these two. Oh yeah, you gotta call this something different. So you don't want to call it sketchbook pages, right? So I'm just gonna duplicate the word sketchbook pages, bring it up here, and actually sketchbook pages should be on the group with sketchbook pages. Okay, so now, okay, sketchbook pages. I'm just gonna call this comic coloring tutorial or comic book coloring. Okay, cool. Like so. Fantastic. I'm going to do the same thing here. Group these. Control G. And then I'm going to take the effects that I did on that previous one, see if I can apply it. I'm going to hold down Alt and drag this up here. Let me show you that trick again. Undo. I'm going to, okay, cursor on the effects of that group 3, you know, where I did the outline and the little drop shadow thing. Well, I'm going to hold down Alt and I'm just going to drag it up to group 4. You see, now it just gave me a drop shadow and outline around everything. Pretty cool. Alright, that was fast. Yeah, I'm going to get through this. Okay, oh wait, on this one, Control Shift S. You have to save as in this instance. Save as a JPEG, and remember we had that previous page down here that was Portfolio 1 Sketchbook, Portfolio 2 Comic Color or something like that. Comic Color would be great. Comic Color. Oh yeah, by the way, put your name on it, so technically I should be putting Daniel Portfolio or something like that. Dan C Portfolio. Okay. Anyways, I'm just trying to get through this pretty quick because it's kind of a simple tutorial. Not sure, you know, if it's needed to be too complicated. This next one is the key art image, right? That we did, sort of that riot style key art stuff. And for this one, we've got a whole lot more images. We've got the thumbnail stuff. We have the black and white sort of lay-in type image, and then we've got the full color image. So how do we put all of these on one page? Well, I'm sure you can guess. We're gonna have to shrink some stuff down. So first off, let's take this large image right here and just shrink it down to about there. It's still gonna have to be the largest image on our page. But then we could take these two images over here on the right and just shrink them down to be more like thumbnails or studies, you know, that kind of thing. Alright, so got this on a separate page. Do we want them to line up? That's the other question. Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah, I don't know about putting a big old gap in the middle like that, so I think I'm going to have this thing a little bit higher, like about there, at a comfortable distance, and I'm gonna shrink these even more. You're just like, why? Well, I've got this pretty image on the left side that I want you to look at. Yeah, that's why. In any case, the tutorial, right? So I'm gonna copy up Dan Chang here and put it over here, up here, like, you know, where I have my artwork here. And I'm just gonna call this what, like, key art image, something like that. Key art illustration. Something like that. Simple. Easy peasy. Alright. Now, did I make it the same size? No, I didn't make it the same size. So you gotta make it the same size. How big was that? Let's see. I think it was... Is it that size? Yeah, it's good enough. Okay. Cool. I just wanted to check to make sure I have consistency in my portfolio, because yeah, you go from one page to another, and if things are too different, it's gonna pop. Alright, I'm just gonna grab everything from this image right here, all these images, and even the word key art illustration. I'm gonna hit Control G, and then I'm just gonna grab the effects of the stroke and the drop shadow from down there, hold down Alt, drag it up, And now I've got little drop shadows everywhere. Oh, even on the key art illustration thing. That's right. Okay, let me see. Last, do I want some hierarchy? Like, do I want that to be up top? That's the question. Or maybe this stuff should be on the bottom. Yeah, see, this is where the portfolio stuff can really bog down your time, because you've got so many decisions to make. I think I like that better. I don't know why. It just feels better. I'm not sure. Cool. Save as, Control Shift S, and save as a JPEG, right? And later on, I will ask that when you send this stuff over to me, that we reduce the file sizes quite a bit. I'm sorry, but my email's not going to be able to handle so many images all at once. This I'm going to call key art, like so, and hit save. Okay. Yay. There we go. So I saved this one out now. Next, I think we've got one left, and it's it's my Photo Bash landscape assignment, and that is the one with this giant ape. Unfortunately, it was like a vertical piece, so you know what? We could do the same thing we did with that Nicolas Cage, the Nicolas Cage, caricature assignment is, I'm just going to grab a section here, hit Control J. So, just going to have something in the background, maybe, or maybe a close-up or something like that, right? And then this one here is going to be smaller. Not even sure. This one's the harder one to do, for sure. For sure it's harder to do. I think I want more of like a portrait of this ape. So I'm just gonna play around some more here. See if I can get a nice large portrait image. And this is so you got a close-up, and then you've got the sort of illustration type image as well. Didn't quite cut it. Oh, darn. Didn't quite cut the top of this. Oh, come on. Okay, I want to cut the left side there. Fine. That's good. And again, hierarchy stuff. The actual illustration itself is probably more important than this. So this is just a close-up view that I wanted to kind of add in there, so that, oh yeah, look at all the cool detail that I spent on the photo bash of the ape's head, right? That's the idea there. Let me grab the words for key art illustration down here. I'm just going to dupe that up. Click on that layer, hit Control J, drag it all the way up here. And this is just called, what should we call this? Fantasy Landscape. Fantasy Landscape. Something like that. I didn't write fantasy. I am missing an N. There we go. Fantasy Landscape. And I think this is still encroaching too far. It's like, what? Don't you want it to maximize? Yeah, I know, but I also want it to not look like it's a mess either. So it's hard. It's hard to make the decisions to like make your art smaller on a page just to fit a certain format. It's really difficult to make those kind of decisions sometimes, but you gotta do it. And select all these, hit Control G. Wait, am I grouping it? Right click. Let's see, can I group it this way? I don't want to merge it. I want, let's see, go to layers. You can find group over here. Group layers, there you go. Like so. And now I'm just gonna go to effects, hold down Alt, drag it up to group 6, and then all these things are gonna have this. Fantastic. Control Shift S, go to JPEG here, and gonna click on portfolio here, go portfolio 04. Come on. What is happening right now? Alright, I'm just gonna have to retype everything myself. My keyboard gets on the fritz sometimes. Okay, portfolio 0. I'm having trouble typing numbers right now. That's so weird. 0. Oh. Something's happening with my, I have to apologize for that. I don't know exactly why it's not saving out the way it should, but in any case, I'm just not gonna save this. I'm just gonna hit Control S. Wait, I'm just gonna hit Control S. Save. Alright. This thing's on the fritz. I don't know why it wasn't saving it out. The other thing that I needed to do, though, is I need to open up these JPEGs. And the reason why is because you're about to mail these things over to me, and I don't want... it thinks I'm holding down Shift all the time. It's weird. This is annoying. Annoying. Let me see here. Let me see if I can just grab it over here and then drag it in here. That's better. Okay. So 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, right? And then I've got this one over here too. So what I want you guys to do is save out an extra one. So save as, and then call this one small, something like that. Small. Okay. Why small? Because you're gonna shrink this one. Save as, right? Not save over, save as. Basically, you're saving a copy of this, and then you go to image size over here, and instead of 300 dpi, what I want is I don't know, 72 dpi. All right, something like that. Hit OK. Let's see, how big was that? Oh, that's way too small. Can I go undo? Let me try this again. Image size, instead of 300, let's do 150. How about that? 150 dpi. Hit OK. Okay, I can live with that. That's a better size. 150 dpi instead of 300. And then you hit save afterwards. Cool. So there's one. And then click on this one, hit Control, basically save as, and then you're gonna type in small after this, underscore small, hit save, and you don't need it at max. You can save it as a 9 or something as far as quality goes. Go image size, reduce this down to 150. Yay. Hit OK, and then hit save. Cool. And let's do this one. Image size. Wait, not yet. Save as first. Yeah, save as. Right. I'm gonna call it underscore small. Hit save. and 9. Okay. And then, now that I changed the name, now I can go to image size, reduce this down to 150, hit OK, and then save. Now, let's see if I can do this again. Let's see. Maybe it stopped acting up now. It was so weird, but let's just see. Portfolio, let's call this one Portfolio 4. See if I can type in numbers again. Oh, thank goodness I can. Okay. And we're going to call this Portfolio 4 Fanland? Okay. Fanland. Okay. And then small. I'm just going to move right to the small version. Okay. So I have a small right here somewhere. Notice how I kept my Photoshop file like separate. I'm just gonna save that out, and you know, this is like my working file. That's Photoshop, right? Over here, these are the files I send out, right? But you always want to keep your working file separate, right? Okay, image size, and then this one I'm just gonna save some time and hit 150, hit OK, save, and I think we're good. So now I've got small, 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 and small. So these images are gonna be our images that I'm gonna get these all tiled. Let's see. Yeah. So these 4 images are what I want to see for your portfolio, for your final. Okay. And then you're gonna get an awesome grade because you will have done all of these and turned them in and emailed to me. And the due date, yet again, let me remind everyone, the due date is May 16th, which is next week. Please send those to me by May 16th. Send it to me on time because I will be grading them and submitting the final grades shortly after that. So thank you for everybody who took this class. I'm sorry I couldn't physically be there in the class due to the coronavirus. Keeping people from going to college and schools and such. But I hope you've enjoyed these tutorials. I hope you've enjoyed the assignments and the demos. And I want to wish everybody a happy and safe summer and rest of the year. All right, that's it. Call it a wrap. Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.